How are we doing today, guys? Thank you once again for joining me on Viper 9 Toy Videos. Today, I have the brand new Hiya Toys Star Trek Dr. McCoy Exquisite Mini. This one is based off the 2009 version, so it is Carl Urban's likeness on this figure. On the back of the card, it does have very, very little information, just the breakdown of the new Exquisite Mini, and then a couple poses of McCoy himself. One thing I do find kind of interesting is the card art is mildly generic. You know, it does have the characters' names and then the back, but I do find it interesting that it has Kirk on both cards. That really threw me for a whirl when I was trying to see which ones my local comic shop had, where they all had the Kirk card. You know, actually having to, read the name and whatnot to try to figure it out. Yeah. But let's go ahead and get this guy cut off the card so we can go ahead and take a look at him. This one here, I'm kind of torn on how many of the Hiya Toy Star Trek figures I want to get, just because I don't think there's going to be a lot of, like, I think what they've already announced is going to be it, which is basically the main cast, and, you know, you have Spock Prime, Kirk, McCoy, Sulu, Scotty, the little dude from engineering that's with Scotty that I can't remember his name off the top of my head, and then you have Chekhov. No Uhura announced. Oh, and Nero. I don't know if I mentioned Nero or not, but like no Chekhov. And then I think you can, from this particular line, you can also get the Admiral Pike figure. Then they also are doing some figures from one of the other Star Trek prequel series, TV series. So it's very, very few. Like, I don't think we're going to be getting any play sets or vehicles or anything like that from Hiya on these particular. Huh. Okay, don't want to lose those little pieces. So you got a couple little pre-lost pieces here. So here is the McCoy. The likeness is, I don't know. I feel like they probably could have done a little bit better on the face sculpt to try to catch Carl Urban. Just something's off on it. So once again, it does have the really weird, like, shirt over body, so you can't see the neck articulation. Does feel like a single ball joint. This one here does feel a little bit more looser than the Kirk figure that we looked at. And then the shoulder articulation. So yeah, it does have the ball joint right there that I had mentioned on that. So I guess that can just pop out right there. Elbow articulation's pretty decent on these. Then he does have the waist. Don't know if he has the mid. I think, yeah, I am feeling a mid-chest on this one, I believe. And then the hips were really, really good. I think they have the drop. Yep, they have the drop down ball joints, like you're seeing on a lot of the newer Star Wars and Marvel Legends and everything like that. Double joint knees, thigh or mid calf swivel, and then rocker ankles. Now, one thing that I am mildly confused by here is, so you do have two slightly half open hands, and then you have just a slightly more open hand on that. Okay, so you do have kind of a grabbing hand right there that you can put the little, I think these are like the little injections that he keep giving Kirk in the first movie. I can fix that moment where he kept jabbing Kirk in the neck. So I think that's what those are supposed to be. But can't really hold on to that well. Then he has, I'm guessing this is supposed to be like his tricorder, so he can scan what's going on. And I'm pretty sure this is the holster for said tricorder. Right there. But where is that supposed to go? Like, am I supposed to glue it on to him? Like, he has his satchel, his medical satchel, that goes around his body. But the tricorder and the holster, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, or is he supposed to, like, does he carry it like that? And he can't even really carry it because his hands don't fit very well. Let's see if we can get that other hand on. Might have to heat that up because that ball joint doesn't want to take the new hand very well. So like that, can he actually hold his tricorder? So yeah, I guess like that he can actually hold it. That is, I don't know. I'm gonna say that's actually like slightly disappointing overall. He has a pinky ring. Huh. Never noticed. Did he wear a pinky ring in the movie, or is that a defect? Doesn't have it on that hand. That's interesting. So, mildly disappointing in his holding hands, like what he can actually hold. And then the whole holster thing, and these two tiny little injections. Like, there's no way to store them or anything like that. Like, that is really kind of odd in my book. Like, really odd. He does also come with the stand, little just like Star Trek motion picture, yada yada yada, there on the back. And one thing that I've always really appreciated about Hiya, even clear back in their Aliens days when I started buying Hiya toys, is the fact that they have these bases that connect. I just did that, and I needed to have not done that. And you will see here in a second. Pop that off. Pop that off. But the one thing that you can see is you can put them in the back, each side, front, so on and so forth. So you get McCoy, where's his foot peg? In the back of the foot. You get McCoy stood there, and then you can get the Kirk figure that you got, and then you can chain base their stands together. And that's the same with all Hiya toys. Like, all of the Hiya toy bases that you have can do that. And it was really nice for the Aliens figures because it was the grates from like the starships and whatnot that were like that. These ones here are, in fact, you know, kind of look like teleportation pads a little bit, maybe. But overall, I'm kind of happy that I picked up the McCoy just to have Dr. McCoy. Little disappointed in like his holster and the little injections. Like, those both seem like they're going to be stupid, easily lost pieces. And not really knowing how to attach that, because I don't even think on the back of the card. On the back of the card, it doesn't even show anything. Like, it doesn't it shows him holding the little injection, but it doesn't show anything about the holster or anything like that. So that's interesting. Anyway, well, right there, guys, you have it. There is the McCoy to go with last video's Kirk, and I'm going to go ahead and say hit that follow, smash that like if you haven't already, or one of the other way around, and thank you for watching.